I just wanted to quickly clarify my position on European defense spending because I think a lot of people didn't really understand the point I was trying to make in the previous video. My position isn't that Europe shouldn't increase defense spending. I agree that they probably should, and they should be rebuilding their military forces, and they should be rebuilding their military industrial complex so that they can produce these things. And I think the same for my country, Canada. And I think the United States has to do some soul searching and get back to basics and realize not everything has to be a super expensive wonder weapon that they can make like 100 of and cost like $1 billion a unit. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point that they need to get back to being able to build artillery shells, inexpensive missiles, stuff like that, which has proven so important in this conflict. So, what was I talking about when I said that it was a LARP and the whole thing was stupid? It's because the implication from all of this is that they're going to be done all this in time to help Ukraine, which is just not going to happen. This war's not going to go on for another 5 to 10 years. And what they're doing is we're just going to rush like $800 billion out the door to try to build up our industry in the next like 2 years or whatever it is so that we can help out Ukraine. It's not going to happen. And I don't think there's really a point in trying to rush it. It's an incredibly complicated long term project to rebuild their defense forces. What's going to happen if they just throw money at the problem till it goes away is it's just going to cause prices to go up. It's just going to make military acquisition costs go up, the price per unit to go up, and stuff like that. It's going to be a long, slow process of doing that. And there's going to be a lot of different things involved, like environmental regulations. Someone was talking about shale gas, energy supplies. And my issue is, I think the idea that we're going to just blow like $1 trillion on defense, and then we're going to, in a couple of years, have an army that's capable of fighting Russia is just it's a LARP. It's absurd. And I just want to say it's an example of the kind of thinking that we've seen throughout this conflict where it's just there's no patience, there's no kind of attempt to understand the bigger picture or think in like long term. It's just we have to do this immediately now. Let's throw money at it, and there's going to be no consequences. When you just start recklessly spending, there's corruption, there's inefficiency, there's things that are super expensive. And people might say, but we need to fight Russia now. We need this defense industry built up now. Well, what's going to happen is, and that you've already seen this, a lot of European countries are going to run up immense debts that they will never be able to pay off, to buy overpriced, probably poor performance equipment. To just, it's just not going to be an effective use of money. It's not even necessarily that they will get the stuff that they need. It'll just cost more. It's they will not get what they need, and they will blow untold amounts of money and put their countries in permanent debt. So that was the point I was trying to make. Once again, I do think that Europe needs to rebuild its military power. It's pathetic how low it's gotten. But this is a process that's going to take a long time, and it's not something that can just be solved by throwing $1 trillion at it. So hopefully that explains my position a bit more. I do think NATO is in a situation where if it wants to remain in a military alliance and it wants to remain relevant, they really need to do something because Denmark, I think, is gave away all of its artillery and artillery shells to Ukraine, and a lot of these countries have become completely demilitarized. So hopefully that explains my position a bit better. So just I just wanted to do that.